Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. A good one on tap for you this afternoon between the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Cubs. It's interleague baseball next on MLB Network. John Lester, the southpaw out of the state of Washington, will be the starter. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, you don't see a lot of guys that have 5 pitches, right? Sometimes it's hard to master even 2 or 3. But if you can master 5 like he has, he'll be in pretty good shape.
In now, Leury Garcia. He will lead this one off today.
Leading off the afternoon for the White Sox, the right fielder, Leury Garcia.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hot shot to third. Great effort on the dive, but it's through into left.
Oh, okay. I see how it's going to be. You're going to implore that. You're going to use the ambush tactics and not playing nice right there. Usually, you're supposed to take the 0-0 pitch to start the game. He wasn't paying attention.
And that'll bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson, as he'll take a look at a curveball that misses wide for ball 1. His past history against John Lester, just a 1 for 9. Garcia on at first, nobody out. A ball and a strike.
I feel like when you're facing a 2-pitch mix like this, sink or changeup, as an offense, the game plan has to be the fact that you have to get something elevated. You know he's not going to beat you with velocity, so it's going to come down to who executes better.
The 1-1. Shoots this one over to first. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
Hey, they're seeing this pitcher well right now. They were obviously paying attention in the hitters meeting. He's found the barrel to the first 2 guys to start this game. Now he's got to worry about the middle of the order.
So here's the slugging first baseman Jose Abreu now, as he will look at a curveball right on the black. Apparently, it's strike 1. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2. And set up behind the dish is Clyde Washington, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
You know, D-Row, he is a pitcher's best friend, Clyde Washington. Down in the strike zone, he'll definitely call that ball right at the knees.
If he's consistent with it, Dan, which Clyde always is, I'm okay with it.
On the ground to third. A tag for 1. On to Rizzo at first, and they get them both. Now a moment here to check out the White Sox starting lineup. Who do you have your eye on, Dan?
Well, I think the focus has to be on the man hitting third. Last year, he won the American League Silver Slugger for first baseman. You think about that. Everybody who plays first can hit, and he hit above the top of the heap. He's a pretty special hitter.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Yohan Moncada, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. He's set, and the pitch. Out in front here is this one scorched, foul to the left. He's set, the 0-1. Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now. 2-out base runner aboard in the top of the first. Fouled away. From the stretch, the 1-2 to 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And the runner's breaking for third. 2-2 pitch is fouled away. Changeup taken for ball 3, well below the zone.
You would think in this situation, maybe with a base open, he'd just pitch around him and put him on first. But not with the guy in the on-deck circle. He's going to attack this hitter.
Here's the payoff pitch. Belted high in the air out to left. Schwarber going back on it. On the warning track, he makes the catch. So they get a man to second here in the opening half inning, but fail to capitalize. The White Sox nothing. Cubbies coming to the plate. A Windy City showdown on MLB Network. Lucas Giolito is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Southsiders. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Well, what comes with Lucas Giolito, a big arm, 95 to 100 miles an hour, hard-breaking slider. One of the issues Giolito has had is not a lot of swings and misses, so we'll be able to watch him early on to see if he brings some swings and misses, and if he does, it should be a powerful outing for Giolito.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Throw just does beat him to the bag, as that was pretty close. And now time to check out Joe Madden has lined the Cubbies up in this one. Dan Plesac, who are you focused on?
You know, they better not sleep on that guy sitting in the 7th hole. This guy hit over 300 last year, and man, it was impressive. Just hitting over 300 is really something special to look at. He's a consistent hitter. I love watching his approach. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He'll be there again this year if he continues to stay within himself.
So the base is empty here with one away, and the right-handed hitting Nicholas Castellanos will bat next. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0.
Well, I think that's a great spot for that pitch. In on the hands, it wasn't a strike, but if he can command the movement in there, he's going to be very effective in this one.
And there's a fastball well off the plate inside.
That was a non-competitive pitch right there, and he finds himself behind 2-0 in this situation. He's going to have to locate something down the zone, get himself back in this count.
Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. One out, nobody on. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
Ready on 3-1. Here's the pitch. And it's fouled away. Hit hard on the ground to second. Fielded in shallow right by Sanchez. From a knee, he gets him. What a play.
Big league play in the hole right there. That's a pretty good example of why getting hits at this level is so difficult. You know he was running down the line thinking, for real? You got to be kidding me.
Here's Javier Baez. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Hey, that's a really good pitch right there, and that's one of those off-balance swings. As a pitcher, you want to look in and say, howdy, if you're waving at me. A real ugly swing, and it gives you a lot of confidence when you make a guy look that bad. So hopefully he has another pitch left in his repertoire to bury this guy and get him out of there.
Here now the 2-2. Is swung on and missed. He got him. Cubs are down in order. We are still scoreless. Stepping into the box, Eloy Jimenez, as it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up to kick off the second inning. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And that's in there for a strike. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Now on 0-2, I don't think we're going to see any more hittable fastballs. If we see one at all, it'll probably be extended out of the zone, or at least that'll be the intent.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
So here's how the Chicago Cubs are positioned defensively. And let's take a look at Chris Bryant down at third base today playing the hot corner. And he's a guy that can move around. The manager can put him in the outfield, but his home is at third base. He's got the arm to get it done, a strong arm. He can go behind the bag and make big-time plays, and the nice soft hands.
Into the box now, James McCann. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Now the first pitch here from Lester. Down on the shins and missed with it. Ball one. Bases are empty. One man out. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact.
That's where he wants that sinker to end up, but that was a nice job of laying off.
The 2-0 now from Lester. Too high, and it's 3-0. .30 pitch is laid off, but in there for strike one.
Pretty lucky to get away with that one. There's not a situation ever where you want to throw a high changeup, so I think he'll try to make an adjustment with the next one he throws.
Now here's the pitch. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Looked like he swung at ball 4 right there. Clearly he saw something in that pitch that he liked out of the pitcher's hand, but that wasn't a pitch he was going to do a whole lot with.
No score here as we play inning number 2. Swing and a miss, and they come back from a 3-0 count to sit him down on strikes, and there are 2 gone.
Batting seventh, the second baseman.
Digging in the switch hitter, Yolmer Sanchez. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Here's the first pitch to him. Good take there to lay off the high fastball.
Well, even though these two teams are in different leagues, they do play each other every year because of the Crosstown rivalry, and it's always pretty fun.
Yeah, and for the players, Matt, they love it. Not only is there more on the line than usual, like bragging rights, but they're not having to stay at hotels and all that. It's just like a normal home game where they're driving to a different ballpark.
Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Ball 3. Adam Engel would be next.
Hey, up! Try opening your eyes for the next hit.
Fastball is taken for a strike, and he runs it full 3-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. He'll try it again, 3-2. Hit on the ground out to short. Baez has it. And a close play at first, but he's called out and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the White Sox. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Here's Chris Bryant now. Past history with Lucas Giolito. He's just 1 for 6.
Chris Bryant.
First pitch of the at-bat. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. Bryant, a 27-year-old. He was a first-round pick back in the draft of 2013.
Yeah, Matt, you cannot miss on your first rounder, and they didn't with this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
All right, guys, here's a defensive alignment for the Chicago White Sox. And I'm going to focus today on Tim Anderson. And when I say his name, I think quick feet. Not only defensively at the shortstop position, but also putting the defense on their heels. When he gets on base, look for him to take off. And he's got a strong arm as well from shortstop.
So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And next it'll be the left-handed power threat, Kyle Schwarber. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Popped him up. Moncada is over, and he tucks it away for the second out.
Batting 6, the catcher, Wilson Contreras.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. They'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Here comes the first pitch. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. Hit out towards second. And that'll get by into center field for a base hit.
You know, D-Roll, it's not always easy to hit in the day games. First 5 hitters, 5 up, 5 down. 6-hole hitter, though, he must have gotten a good night's sleep last
That's
night.
exactly where I was going there. First 5 guys in the order looked like they were still asleep rolling out of bed. Those day games will creep up on you. 6-hole guy was locked and loaded.
The stretch, here's the pitch. Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone. Past history with Lucas Giolito. He's gone 2 for 6. The 0-1 on its way. And he takes this one high, 1-1. Contreras is off at first with 2 away. Liner towards second. In there, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Hey, after back-to-back two-out hits right now, this pitcher thought he was going to cruise through this inning, and now he's got traffic, and he's in jeopardy with a ball in the gap or a ball missed over the heart of the plate, a crooked number going on the board.
Here's Jason Hayward now, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball one. Twos all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course, here in inning number 2. Ready with the 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes.
And now on 2-0, you just can't lay a fastball in there, or he could make it 3-0 before you know it. It's all about limiting the damage in this situation.
Here's the 2-0. 2 balls and a strike.
Boy, what a time to pull the string on him. On 2-0, there's no way anyone's thinking changeup, so if you can locate it, that's pretty much unhittable.
The set and the 2-1. Well above the letters with the fastball that time.
3-1 here. You have to make a good pitch on the mound. Grooving one here rarely works in your favor unless the hitter tries to do too much with it.
He's set. The 3-1. Line to the right side. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Cubs strand a couple. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Stepping in, Adam Engel, as we are all set to begin the 3rd inning in this one.
Adam Engel.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Tries to catch him napping, but he missed the bunt attempt. Strike 1. Here's the pitch. Tried to pull that one back, but he couldn't do it, and it's 0-2 now. Line drive to center field. Hayward is right there, 1 down.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
Standing in now, Lucas Giolito. As Lester jumps ahead of him here with strike 1. Third inning, no score to this point. A 1-ball, 1-strike count to the White Sox pitcher.
So that's 2 pitches in a row above the belt. As a hitter, that's what you're looking for, especially when it's a day game and the ball is carried. That just wasn't a good enough pitch to hit.
2-1 the count. Now the 2-1. And softly hit to right. Will that get down? Yes, it will. He's got himself a 1-out single. So the lineup card turns over with 1 away following the base hit out of the pitcher's spot.
Well, you never want to give up a hit to an opposing pitcher, but when you give one up to an AL pitcher, it's downright annoying. Can't let it get to you, though.
Ready for another chance? Leury Garcia. He reached on a single in his first try. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. There's a good breaking ball as it gets the bottom of the zone. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Yeah, and they set him up with that curveball on the pitch before, and that one, they just blew right by him.
And they could go either way now, I suppose.
Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Liner toward right center. And that's going to get down in front of Hayward for a base hit.
A lot of traffic hitting the base pass first and second with one out. I know you're looking for a double play ball, Dan.
No question about it. I think one of the things you like to do on a pitcher is try to jump on him early before he gets settled in. So far, so good. First and second. Looks like a big inning could be brewing.
Into the box, Tim Anderson. As he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Now Lester's 0-1. Hit high and deep out to left field. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. He pulls into second safely as they jump ahead with a run scoring on the play.
Now batting.
The pitcher was spotting his pitches effectively until now, working the edges, painting the corners, but he left this one right over the plate, and it cost him with an RBI extra base hit right there.
Stepping in now, Jose Abreu. As he'll take a look at the pitch too low, it's ball 1. He's got a chance to add to this early lead as he'll bat with a couple of guys in scoring position. The set and the 1-0 pitch. And there's a line drive base hit to left field. And this one scoots all the way to the wall.
You simply cannot offer up a pitch like this to a hitter of this guy's magnitude, especially with runners on the bags. He makes a living off frozen ropes to the outfield like this, and that one drives in a pair.
Next to bat will be the Cuban import, Yoan Moncada. A swing and hit a pop to the right side of the infield. There to take it is Rizzo, and there are 2 away now.
The batter, number 74.
Now batting, Eloy Jimenez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matt. He's got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
And he gets ahead 0-1.
Hey, I don't mind you taking one right there. This pitcher's been struggling early. You got to make him work, see if he'll get in his zone. If he's willing to walk a few guys and then someone pops one over the fence, this game could get out of hand early.
The 0-1 pitch misses. That's ball 1.
He's not having his best outing in this one, and I think that curveball is part of the reason why. He couldn't get on top of that one, and that's not the first time that's happened.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. White Sox on top, 3-0. Leading off the inning, John Lester, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Too high, 1-0.
No strike.
Got him out on his front foot there as it swung on and missed for strike 1. The 1-1. This one's flared toward left center. Coming in is Jimenez, but he won't get to it, and this should put a man in scoring position to start the inning. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Man, that's got to sting for the pitcher and his teammates. They just get on the board and are feeling good about themselves, looking for a shutdown inning so they can get some more runs on the board. But instead, this guy blasts a leadoff double. Getting that shutdown inning is going to be a lot tougher now.
In now, Anthony Rizzo, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. Well off the plate with the change of pace. That's ball 2. Lester stands at second with no outs. Swing and a miss, 2-1.
This is the stuff that infuriates a manager. You have to think the game. You got to know he's trying to pitch around you. You cannot swing at that pitch out of the zone.
Right side, but it's well foul. Here now the 2-2. And another foul ball. No one out with a runner at second. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
Now batting.
Anytime a pitcher locates a fastball on the inside corner, it's going to be a tough pitch to hit. That one was spot on, and he had no answer for it.
Nick Castellanos now, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Now the 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. The 0-2 home, and he'll be rung up here by Clyde Washington. Strike 3 at the knees, and there are 2 away.
Well, no preferential treatment there. Sometimes we see great hitters have their calls go their way on close pitches, but not this time. I think that was actually a good take, but on 2 strikes, anything that close can go either way.
Into the box now, Javier Baez, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Now the 1-0 is a fastball that misses.
Remember, he was a strikeout victim last time up, but this at-bat seems to be a totally different direction. He's showing good patience now, and he's got a real good count at 2-0.
Now the 2-0 home is taken, strike 1.
Hey, you get 2-0, your eyes light up, but you're sitting in one spot, and he obviously didn't get it right there. But he still finds himself in a 2-1 count, ready to do some damage.
Set, and the 2-1 pitch. Maybe a little jumpy there as he swings through the fastball.
He came out of his shoes on that one, boys. I know he swung and missed it. We felt the breeze from up here, but if he gets that pitch again and catches it a grain low, we got action.
Into the corner and slicing foul. The 2-2 one more time. Just low with the slider there. That's ball 3. Chris Bryant would be next. The 3-2 pitch. Boy, really making him work now as the 7th pitch of the at-bat is also fouled away, so the count will hold steady at 3 balls and 2 strikes. On the Eighth pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down and the inning is over. Cubs strand one, still down 3-0. Start of the fourth upcoming, but first, Heidi Watney is standing by with a report.
Thanks, Matt. I had a chance to talk with White Sox manager Rick Renteria between innings about his thoughts on his lineup's performance. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. They've been able to push across 3 runs to this point, but they've also made the opposition work extremely hard. He's thrown a lot of pitches, and they think they're going to have a good opportunity to push across a lot more runs as he tires or as they get into that bullpen.
All right, Heidi, thank you.
Leading off for the White Sox.
Digging in, James McCann as we begin the top of the fourth.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
No balls and a strike to count. Now a breaking ball, but it's low.
Tried to go with the nasty backdoor breaking ball right there. Good job by the batter to take that pitch, work the count even.
1-2 to the White Sox catcher. Grounder down the line at third. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Again, a 1-2. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Zobrist onto the grass. He's there and records the first out.
Boy, he showed some pretty good range, heading pretty deep into the outfield to bring that one down. Thought the outfielder might call him off, but he clearly had it under control.
Standing in now, Yolmer Sanchez as he grounds one briskly to short. And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit. They've gotten their hits in deep counts. They've gotten their hits in early counts. This has been a real onslaught.
Yeah, you can look at it one of two ways, Matty. Either they have a ton of respect for the man on the mound and they are just going to ambush tactics and it seems to work for them. Or you can look at it the other way. They're just getting lucky.
Into the box, Adam Engel, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat. A 1 pitch on its way. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Engel is a guy that has a lot of speed, no doubt about that. And while that's certainly a weapon for him offensively, it could be argued that it benefits him just as much on the defensive side of the ball, given the position he plays.
And not only just speed, but first step quickness speed. He's able to track balls down that other guys cannot get to. And sometimes that's half the equation.
And a fastball, but he's losing it a bit here to 3-1 now.
He's had command of his pitches all day, hasn't walked a soul, but we find ourselves in a 3-ball count here. Want to see how aggressive he gets in the zone.
The 3-1 pitch. Fouled off. This one up, and that's in there, base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners following the 1-out single.
Up next for Chicago, the pitcher, Lucas.
There's no way to sugarcoat it. It's been pretty bad for 3 1/3 innings so far. That's the 8th hit he's given up, and if he doesn't get his mind straight, he's going to be heading to the showers early.
Coming to the plate now, the pitcher for the White Sox, Lucas Giolito. He singled his last time up.
Yeah, he showed like a little prowess with the bat right there, Dan. I'd be surprised if they don't attack him a little bit more carefully this AB.
But the runner's back easily. Here's the first pitch to him. Takes this the other way to right. And a base hit, and that'll get the run in from third.
Hey, Dero, they're making this guy pay. That's 3 straight singles and a run driven in.
Yeah, nothing hit extremely hard. Killing them softly, station to station with those knocks.
In now, Leury Garcia, as Lester jumps ahead of him here with strike one.
It might be time for this guy to start mixing his pitches up a little bit better. He's pitching poorly, but you look at his first pitch strike percentage at over 70%. This team batting has a pretty good idea what his game plan is.
Here comes the 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
He's certainly giving up plenty of hits in this one, but the funny thing is he hasn't walked anyone yet. That tells me he's throwing strikes, but he's just not throwing enough quality strikes.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And the fastball easy to lay off that time. 2-2. Here now the 2-2. This is line to left. And that's in there. Base hit. And they'll hold that runner at third as everybody moves up a base, and they're loaded with 1 away.
The batter, number 7.
Boy, there's a bullet base hit right there, but you have to hold there, Dero, to make sure that gets down and isn't caught for a line drive double play.
Yeah, you have to play the game right there and respect the infield and respect the line drive. I know he wants to get a ribby for his buddy, but that's the way the game's played.
On his way toward the mound now is skipper Joe Madden. And I believe that's going to be all for John Lester. So he'll exit here this afternoon to a smattering of boos after what can be described as really a subpar performance. Number 56 enters from the bullpen to do the pitching.
Now pitching for the Cubs, number 56.
Stepping in now, Tim Anderson, as the first pitch misses high and inside for ball 1. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. The 1-0. And he fouls this one off. Engel on third. Giolito at second. Garcia is over at first with 1 away. Counts a ball and 2 strikes to the White Sox shortstop. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Pretty textbook breaking ball for the punch out right there. Got it to bend a lot, and by the time it got there, it had fallen completely out of the zone. Not much you can do with that pitch.
Standing in now, Jose Abreu, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike.
Even though we're still in the early going, I think this game's at a tipping point right now. They've got a chance to put this game out of reach, but if they can't score anymore here, the other guys feel like the door's still open.
Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. Hit back up the middle. And that'll get through into center field for a base hit. 1 run is scored. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
Now batting, the third baseman,
You'd have thought someone had a radar gun on him with the effort he put into that throw. That's a cannon of an arm right there.
Into the box, Yohan Moncada. And that misses, ball one. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game so far.
Shut him down now.
1-0 count. Here it is.
2-0.
Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Grounded foul off to the right. Lofted in the air out toward right center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. So they strike for 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left on. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's the White Sox 6 and the Cubs nothing. Striding in once again, Chris Bryant. He starts the inning, and Dan, they're down 6 in the early going, so what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Well, first of all, Matt, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6, but base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
First offering on its way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0.
I got to believe this is an awesome time for this pitcher to get real aggressive in the strike zone. He's got a huge lead. He knows he can pound and try and polish up his mechanics down and away.
And that's off the plate and high. 2-0 now. Outside, 3-0 now.
Well, he was definitely looking fastball here, and he got one. But that was good discipline to lay off and get himself into a 3-0 count.
And that misses for ball 4. The leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
Now with the plate, Kyle Schwarber 0 for 1 after a pop-out in foul territory his first time through.
Yeah, Matt, he's got to make an adjustment right here. His swing definitely broke down, dropped his back shoulder, and thus the result was a terrible pop-up foul.
There's a changeup taken, but it finds the zone on the inside.
Nice job by the pitcher right there to establish himself back into the strike zone. Would have liked to have seen the hitter been a little bit more aggressive in that situation. Usually when a pitcher throws 4 balls in a row, that next pitch you could get super greedy right down the middle.
Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hole, 0-2.
In a double play situation, that's the location you want a guy to swing at. More than likely, he's going to beat it into the ground.
The 0-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
Pretty textbook pitching right there. Jump ahead in the count 0-2 and then start working outside the zone. Easier said than done, but that's the way you do it.
In now, Wilson Contreras as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. A base hit in his first trip. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Ball 1, well below the zone. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball. Now the 2-1 pitch. And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. Bryant stands at first with one out. Contreras swings, and this is well hit to left. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. As the lead is cut to 4, it's 6-2 now.
Well, there's an old saying that the harder you throw, the farther it goes. How about this? Good fastball, and this ball is absolutely tattooed. See you later.
Here's Ben Zobrist now.
Second baseman,
Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike one. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. And he pulls the string on the circle change, but it's taken for ball 1. Lifted the other way to left center. Giving chase is Jimenez. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away.
the batter, the center fielder, Jason Hayward.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Jason Hayward hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, but as he walks to the plate right here, he feels good building off that last AB. He hit that ball on the screws.
And that's in there for strike one. And he's got to be more disciplined here. It's 0-2.
In today's game, if you're not disciplined for striking out, why would you change your approach with 2 strikes right here? Expect this guy to try and drive the baseball right here.
And this one's inside and high. 1-2 now. Counts even to Hayward. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think he's shown you right there he was trying to put you away with the off-speed pitch. Have to be leery of that right there and take pull side away. That'll keep you on all stuff, fastballs and the off-speed.
Grounded back up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
I mean, that has to frustrate the guy on the mound right there. You get him down 0-2, no put-away pitch, works the count back to neutral, and is able to mix in a base hit. Nice job.
Stepping in now, number 56, as he takes a called strike on the black. It's 0-1. A 1 pitch on its way. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. 2 for the Cubs in the inning on the strength of this 2-run home run. We played 4. Now a 6-2 ball game. Up next for Chicago, Eloy Jimenez. He'll start off the 5th in this one.
The left fielder, number 74.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. That one's right down the middle for a strike with the fastball. Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. Here it comes. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control, 0-2.
That is such a tough pitch to lay off right there, but you have to find a way. There's nothing you're going to do with that low sinker except foul it into your shin or hit a ground ball to the left side.
So he sets him down swinging. Eloy Jimenez goes down for the first out in the 5th inning.
McCann.
Ready for another shot now. James McCann. He flew out in his last at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Hit sharply on the ground. Baez fields it cleanly. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
The batter, number 5, second baseman, Carlos Sanchez.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And moving into the batter's box next will be Yomer Sanchez. Here comes the first pitch. Changeup, called strike 1.
Hey, when one of your better pitches is the straight changeup, you can't be afraid to throw it at any count and at any time. And, hey, first pitch, if they're going to take it for strike 1, they're going to give it to you. Go ahead and throw it.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And there's ball 1. Cutter misses, and it's 3-1. Check that, 2-1. And the pitch on 2-1. Hit high and deep to left field. Schwarber racing back at the track, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one.
Now batting, the center fielder, Adam Engel.
Ready now for the White Sox, Adam Engel. He's 1 for 2 in this one. First pitch on its way. Curveball taken outside to begin the at-bat. Ball 1. Sanchez at second with 2 down. The 1-1 home. Fouled away. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. Danger averted following the 2-out double. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. Between innings, I was able to discuss the current state of the Cubs lineup with manager Joe Madden, and he told me he'd like to see a lot more aggressiveness in their at-bats the rest of the game. He said the problem is they're allowing themselves to fall behind in the count way too often, which is forcing them to constantly be in protect mode and swing at bad pitches. A lot of their outs have come from at-bats where they've fallen behind, so the focus going forward needs to be about being the aggressor early in the at-bats.
Leading off for the Cubs,
Okay, thank you, Heidi.
the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. Some action now in the White Sox bullpen. They'll stand up a lefty and a right-hander to throw. Here's the 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. ball and 2 strikes to Anthony Rizzo.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Breaking ball there is down. Good job of laying off. It's back to 2-2. And it's fouled away. Here's another 2-2. Fouled off. Ready with another 2-2. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ball game for him.
That was a good job there of using the batter's aggressiveness against him. He was putting up a good fight and fouling a lot of balls off. So as a pitcher, it's a great idea to expand the zone even more and make the hitter really chase after something that's even hard to foul off.
Into the box now, Nicholas Castellanos. As he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. No hits to this point. The 0-1 on its way. Behind 0-2 now. Fastball here that'll wisely lay off, and it's 1-2.
Pretty standard fastball right there, 0-2. Now he's changed the eye level of the batter so he can start working something in like an off-speed curveball down in the zone.
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two runs, 5 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. And he fouls this one off. The 2-2 one more time. Nearly got the inside, but ruled a ball.
These last 2 guys are making him work quite a bit out there. Both have been long at bats, and all in all, he's had to make 13 throws just to them so far.
Trying to send him packing for the second time. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. 1 out, nobody on. Another full count pitch home. And he'll get to see another one. It'll be the 10th pitch of this at-bat. And this one misses here. A close pitch on 3-2, but Clyde Washington rules it ball 4.
Well, he's been battling all game long and been a real warrior. There's only so many pitches in an arm, no matter how tough he is. That walk may have been all the manager needs to see because he looks like he's done to me.
So now the White Sox manager will slowly make his way toward the mound. And he's going to make a move, as that's going to be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll head to the dugout after working just 4 1/3, not enough to qualify for the victory, as his bullpen will have to go a long way to hang on to the lead. Jose Ruiz enters to make an appearance on the mound as he inherits a runner at first with 1 out in the inning. Will be the first to greet him here as he'll stand in with a runner at first and 1 away. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Turned on down the line. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. From the belt, kicks and deals. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Big curveball for the strikeout there, and that came after an absolute missile of a fastball. Even if you recognize the breaking ball out of the pitcher's hand, it's so hard for hitters to sit back long enough after they've seen a really good fastball. Only the best can keep their hands back on those.
Into the box, Chris Bryant, as he'll watch one miss down and in for a ball. 1-0. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready with the 1-0. Oh, and this fastball is belted to deep left center field. Does he have enough to get out of here? Yes, a home run. I'm excited to check the home run numbers that come out on Show Track, because that was just one of the most impressive launches we've seen in a good while. And as the numbers come in, that ball was projected to have carried over 460 feet. An amazing show of strength.
Now batting, the left fielder, Kyle.
Standing in now, Kyle Schwarber, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The 0-1 delivery. And right into the shift. Fielded by Abreu. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 2 for the Cubs in the inning on the strength of this 2-run home run. Through 5 innings, it's the White Sox 6 and the Cubs 4. Wellington Castillo will grab a bat and lead things off here in the top of the 6th.
Number 21, Wellington Castillo.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 home. Fouled away. The 1-1 is looked at for ball number 2. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. A fastball, and there's strike 2.
I think he'll be frustrated with himself about that swing. He was in a good hitter's count and ended up chasing one out of the zone. Now the count's even again.
Skied into straightaway right. Castellanos sprinting after it. He gets there and makes the play for the first out.
Now batting, right fielder, Leori Garcia.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup now, and stepping in, Leori Garcia. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. 6 runs, double the amount of hits, and no errors so far for the White Sox. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide at first. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he looks at a ball, 1-2.
You know, Matty, I'm not surprised by that pitch. Raise the eye level a little bit. Maybe we get something bouncing in the dirt right here.
The 1-2 is low and outside for a ball.
Kind of pitching him backwards in this AB. Soft stuff early, then those last two were fastballs trying to get it right by him.
Bases are empty, one man out. The 2-2. Line toward the gap in left center. And he will run this one down. A good read off the bat for the second out.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Tim Anderson.
Settling in now, Tim Anderson. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. Legs churning, he's headed for second. And he is into second base with a double. His third hit this afternoon. Off the bat, it was pretty clear right away that that hit was going to get him at least 2 bases.
Yeah, man. Some people like to crow about homers and powering drives, but you have to like hits like this. A no-doubt double the second it left his bat. Like you said, the only question was whether the outfielders were going to be able to keep him at second, which they did.
And there's the 4th wide one, so he's aboard on the intentional walk.
Now batting, third baseman.
Coming to the plate now, Yohan Moncada. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Trying to keep the deficit right where it is, the pitch. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. On the move is Hayward. He makes the catch. What a play on the run to end the inning. White Sox strand a couple. They're up 6-4. Evan Marshall enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th.
Now pitching for the White Sox, number 43, Evan Marshall.
Wilson Contreras will stand in again as we flash you back here to the 4th inning. This was a 2-run home run that was definitely one of the big blows of the ball game to this point. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. In there for strike 1. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2.
Great job of running that fastball in on his hands right there with 2 strikes. Even though the batter's able to foul that one off, he's set up for almost anything in this pitcher's arsenal.
And a good 2-strike pitch, but he misses high. 1-2. And it's fouled away. Another 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
The batter, the second baseman.
So one gone in the inning, and that'll bring up Ben Zobrist. First offering on its way. And this is low, ball one. Marshall, the former Seattle Mariner, he was signed as a free agent in the middle of last season.
Yeah, I know he expected to get a longer-term deal, but these are the facts right now. He is on a one-year deal, and he is going to have to produce if he is going to get that multi-year he's been looking for come off-season.
Count now a ball and a strike. One out, nobody on. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Now a changeup, but it misses just a little below the zone. The lefty Jason Hayward waits in the on-deck circle. The 3-1. Is swung on and missed, and that's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Stepping in, Jason Hayward. A hit and 2 tries for him so far. Here's the first pitch to him. In there, no balls and a strike. High in the air out to center field. Engel has a beat on it, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Score remains steady at 6-4. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. White Sox on top in this one, but before we get out to the 7th, let's take a look at our game summary through the first 6. There's Joe Madden up out of the dugout now on his way to home plate, so it looks as though he's going to call for the double switch here. Steve Cishek is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Now pitching and batting in the 7th spot, number 41, Steve Cishek. Now playing second base and batting 9.
Into the box, Eloy Jimenez. He'll match up with a new pitcher to begin their half of the 7th. First pitch coming, here it is. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul.
Come on, Cubs.
0-1 count and the pitch. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. Here's the 0-2. Hit hard to the right side. Foul. Here's the 0-2. That misses. 1-2.
Well, tried to throw a high fastball right by him there. Didn't work, but now we'll see if that sets up some different options. Wouldn't be surprised to see a good slider down and away right here.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here now the 2-2. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one.
Hey, he's got 4 foul balls in this AB right here. He's really making his pitcher grind for everything.
Go, guys.
A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Got him. And that's the third time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
That's the third time in this game he's gone down on strikes. Not the game he was hoping to have when he was taking batting practice, but at least his guys are ahead.
Stepping in now, James McCann, as the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Ball and a strike. Cishek is one of those guys that just seems to be at his best under pressure. Runners in scoring position, tight game, tough hitters at the plate. That's when he's at his best.
One of the keys, Matty V, to being a good reliever is being able to pitch out of trouble. Trouble that's created by the pitchers before you, or sometimes you even have some mess that you put on yourself. Hey, regardless if it's a mess that he's inherited or one that he's created for himself, this guy makes good pitches when the game's on the line.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
The 3-1 takes a strike for a full count, down 3-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
The batter, number 5, second baseman.
Ready once again, Yolmer Sanchez. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Looked for it up in the zone and didn't miss it. Those are the pitches you only get. Maybe once an AB, maybe once a...
Hangs on him a bit that time as it's belted out toward deep center field. And that is off the wall. And he'll coast into second here with a 2-out double.
Hey, guys, he's lucky he's getting this baseball back. He hung that middle of the plate. The batter's eyes lit up, and he was able to put good wood on it.
In now, Adam Engel, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Cishek pauses, 1-0 on its way. Now a bit of a hanger, but it's laid off and called a strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that misses, 2-1.
Well, that's a good pitch, but you have to get a little bit closer to the plate than that. That's that big sweeping slider. If it was a little closer, you might get a swing.
Ball low as he's able to lay off the slider. Sanchez stands at second with 2 gone. Crowd gets up for the 3-2. And that misses ball 4. So it's first and second now with 2 out.
Well, that was a slider in a 3-2 count, and it just didn't tempt him enough to get a good swing. A good job of pitch recognition and knowing the strike zone to draw the free pass there.
John Jay will start to loosen up in the on-deck circle as he'll bat with 2 on and 2 out here.
John Jay.
And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. Trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Ready on 0-2. Fouled off. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
Well, that's a great take there, right there, on that slider down and in. That's one of the toughest pitches to lay off of as a hitter. That hard breaking ball coming down and in at the back foot. A tough take on a good pitch.
The 1-2 is a sinker that misses for a ball.
Well, all of the umpires in the seats thought that was strike 3, and they weren't far off, but I think that was a good call. Looked to be just a bit outside.
Here now the 2-2. Into center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Sanchez rounds third and is digging for the plate. He scores as they push their lead to 3 now.
Hey, Dero, that's a big RBI right there to stretch this lead to 3. Takes a lot of pressure off your pitcher going into the bottom part of the inning.
Yeah, Dan, no doubt. As an offense, all you're trying to do is put your pitchers in positions to be successful. Giving them that 3-run cushion has to make you feel good.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go. Leury Garcia, 3 for 4 so far and seeing it well in this ball game. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. That one bends into the zone. A strike on the breaking ball. The 0-2 home. On the ground, back up the box, and it'll get through into center field. A base hit. The throw to the plate, and they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Hey, that's what you try and do as an offense. You get a 4-run lead. They're a grand slam ahead, Dan, but you're a former closer warming up. When you see a 3-run lead and then your offense gets it to 4 and you know that same situation's gone out the window, don't tell me that didn't hurt.
Oh, it does hurt. Oh, it does, because, Dero, the only way you're going to get into this game is it has to be a safe situation. You sit and watch 8 innings of baseball, you get up to warm up in the 9th, and you're all ready to go thinking, hey, I'm going to come in and get me a 3-out save, and all of a sudden you're out of the game because it's a 4-run lead. Of course you think about it as a reliever.
Into the box now, Tim Anderson, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 2 down, runners at first and second. pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
Decided to go with a fastball there on 0-2, but what he's trying to do with that pitch is to expand the strike zone. Maybe you get a guy to offer at it, but at the very least, it helps set up your off-speed stuff.
Looking to minimize the damage here. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. Get out the microphone. Stretch time here at Wrigley. The White Sox lead this one 8-4. Jay Spry gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th. Here's Addison Russell. He's newly entered into the ballgame, so this will be his first trip to the plate here in inning number 7.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners.
Meanwhile here, this ball's given a pretty good ride out to deep left field, and that is going to clear the wall. A home run. We've seen these guys go deep 3 times so far in this one, guys.
Yeah, Matty, it's scorching out right now. And they always say when the weather gets hot, the ball starts traveling. Dan, what's your take?
That's exactly what happens, D-Row. Come on, spring training, a lot of the places have been a little damp, it's a little cold. But when it starts to heat up and get hot and humid, it definitely plays right into the hands of the hitters, and they're taking advantage of the conditions today.
Bases are empty here, nobody out. That's right there at the belt, 1-2 now.
Clearly wasn't ready for the fastball because it was pretty much center cut and he couldn't pull the trigger. Might have been looking for another curve.
Got him! And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time.
The right fielder, number 6.
Standing in, Nicholas Castellanos. 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. There's the cut fastball, but it's low, 1-0.
You know, he's one of their guys they rely on to get their offense going. They need a rally, so we'll see if he can spark one here.
Slow roller down the third baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch is laid off for ball 2.
Wow, it just doesn't seem like he's being as aggressive as he was before he gave up that home run. Was throwing the ball great. Now it seems like he's a little bit more tentative throwing the ball across the plate.
And there are 2 away now.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
Digging in once again, Javier Baez, 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, not his game so far. He's such a good hitter. We all kind of expect him to pick up 2 or 3 hits most of the time. That's not really how baseball works, though.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. That hits the outside corner. It's strike 1. 2 out, nobody on. And he powers a cut fastball by him that time, and he's in charge now, 0-2.
Hey, I got to commend him a little bit. Leadoff homer, and now he's 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning without any further damage.
And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts. But the Cubs do get one back on the solo home run. We're through 7 this afternoon. It's the White Sox 8 and the Cubs 5. Into the box now, Jose Abreu. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. First pitch on its way. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. That one catches the edge of the zone, called the strike. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2. Outside and low that time. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Broke out the sweeping slider right there and just missed off the edge. If he would have caught the corner right there, I think he's got a backwards K.
Outside and a full count, 3-2.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Now here's a check swing, and they appeal down to first. No swing, so that's ball 4.
Now batting, third baseman.
Oh, man, that check swing was about as close as they get. Tough call for the umpire, but it goes the batter's way this time, and he draws the walk.
So a runner at first now with nobody out, and that'll bring up the former top prospect as a minor leaguer, Yohan Moncada. First pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Abreu aboard here at first with nobody out. Slap hard the opposite way. Lays himself out and makes a spectacular catch.
One of the keys to being a great outfielder, not being afraid to sacrifice your body. Terrific diving catch there that he made look a lot easier than it actually is.
Standing in now, Eloy Jimenez, as he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. Oh, 0-1, here it comes. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's a fastball well off the plate inside.
Well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't put him away. So now it'll be interesting to see what he turns to.
Runners on first with 1 down. And that misses there, so he runs the count full now.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
Now the payoff pitch home. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Payoff pitch one more time. And he misses with that one for ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second now with one away.
The catcher, number 33, James McCann.
Striding in, James McCann looking to change his fortunes here. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts so far in the game. First offering on its way. Knuckle curve down below the knees, 1-0.
I'll tell you, it's a helpless feeling for a manager or a pitching coach when your pitchers are having a really hard time throwing strikes. What are you supposed to do other than keep trying new guys until someone starts attacking the zone?
And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0.
Well, you can see what he's trying to do right there. Double play situation, 2 balls down in the zone, trying to get that ground ball. Didn't get him to bite at either one. Now he's behind in the count, 2-0.
And this is going to be a fair ball as it'll head to the corner. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second.
He was able to recognize that pitch early. His eyes lit up on that one. Able to pull it down the line for a nice base hit.
Into the box, Yolmer Sanchez. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. 3 hits, including a pair of doubles for him thus far. Now the 1-0. Now both runners on the move. Hit swung on and missed the throw. It's there in plenty of time. He's out trying to steal third as they get the lead runner here. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. One is a cutter that misses 2-1. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Now the payoff pitch home is a swing and a miss at strike 3. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the White Sox 9 and the Cubs 5. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Josh Osich is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Now pitching and batting in the 7th spot, number 64, Josh Osich. Now playing second base and batting box.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Chris Bryant. He'll get things started now in the bottom of inning number 8.
Yeah, man, this guy flexed his muscles in that last at-bat. We heard that he has good power. That last bomb had to go well over 400 feet. He hit it a long way.
He's set. Here it comes. Didn't quite catch the zone there, ball 1. Well, this one's been a bit of a head scratcher despite their home run production today.
Yeah, Matty V, this is one of those that you kind of scratch your head and you go, wow, you hit the ball all the ballpark, but still not enough offense. It just goes to show you this sport is still, D-Row, all about pitching.
It is. It begins and ends on that bump right there. And there's just so many facets to the game. Defense, base running. It's just not the team that hits the most home runs is going to win the ball game.
Out in front there as this one's pulled off to the left side. The 1-2. Oh, and this ball is absolutely blasted high and deep into the bleachers and gone. In now, Kyle Schwarber, as he will take a look at strike one on a fastball right down the pipe. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. One and one to Schwarber.
1 ball, 1 strike.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Right side, defense aligned perfectly. And that finds its way through for a base hit.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson.
Striding into the box, Wilson Contreras. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. From the stretch, line hard, but this will be a foul ball. Set to deliver the 0-1, and this is high, a ball and a strike. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
I know he got a swinging miss right there, but that was a hittable location to a really good hitter. I don't know if he gets those back if he continues to miss in those spots.
2-2 to the Cubs catcher. Schwarber gets his lead at first, nobody out. And that's ball 3 now as it just misses below the zone. Swing and a looper to left. Coming in is Jimenez. He can't get to it. This one's down.
The pitcher, number 37.
Victor Caratini will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 7, Victor Caratini.
Fastball catches the black there for a called strike.
He struggled a bit coming out of the bullpen here, so he needed that strike. Maybe it settles him down a little bit.
First and second here with nobody out. Swinging a soft liner, but this is pulled in by the shortstop.
Up next to the tag, the center fielder,
So they'll go to the bullpen now, and it'll be the left-hander here to face the upcoming left-handed batter.
Number 39, Aaron Summer.
Jason Hayward will be his first assignment here as he'll face him with runners at first and second and one gone. First pitch of the at-bat. Now a ball grounded foul over toward the coaching box. The 0-1 on its way. 1-1. The 1-1 home is taken for ball 2.
A lot of times you see guys get too aggressive and try to do too much at the plate with guys on, but right here he's doing a great job of waiting on the right pitch. Got himself ahead in the count now.
Now the 2-1 pitch is taken high above the zone.
Well, this is the matchup they wanted, bringing in the reliever, but falling behind 2-0 doesn't exactly help the situation very much.
The 3-1. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And a big sigh of relief on the mound as that nearly tied it, but this ball is foul. Hops this one up. There to take it is Abreu, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, second baseman, Addison Russell.
Ready now, Addison Russell. And a big at-bat in this one. 2 on, 2 away here in the 8th. First delivery to him on the way. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. And he lays off for ball 1. 2 men are on with 2 men out. On the ground to the right side. Goins fields it cleanly. Throw gets him at first as he threw him out from the seat of his pants, and the side is retired. 3 thumbs up here in the booth following this gorgeous play at second base. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Rowan Wick enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Kicking off the top of the 9th, Adam Engel, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Here comes the first pitch. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. Comes set with the 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. The 1-1 misses for the second ball. Now the 2-1. Tries to bunt his way on here, but this is a foul ball. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with a strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Stepping in now, Ryan Goins, as he'll take a look at ball one. That's wide, 2-0. Now the 2-0. Doesn't hit the target. It's ball three. One out, nobody on. And that fastball's taken but catches the outer third.
This is where if you're the batter, one pitch, one spot, and you get the barrel of the bat to that baseball as quick as possible with damage on your mind.
The 3-1 is strike two, swinging.
Okay. Feel that thing up here. Swing better.
Count remains full. Good battle here. This will be the seventh pitch coming up. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Hey, I'm not sure what he was sitting on right there. It might have been sitting on an off-speed pitch, but instead he gets the fastball way late, had no chance to put that ball in play.
Standing in now, Leury Garcia, as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball one. 4 hits already in this one and looking for number 5 here. Can't connect there on the breaking ball. 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
Come on up. What are you doing?
Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
Go get him.
Now a curveball here, nowhere close. That's in the dirt. It's 3-1. Tim Anderson would be next if they can keep this inning alive. The 3-1. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground, but a foul ball, and it's full now at 3-2. Ready with the payoff pitch. And this one misses here. A close pitch on 3-2, but Clyde Washington rules it ball 4.
Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close, so I think this is the way to go here. Get the bat out of his hands any way that you can.
Digging in to try it again, Tim Anderson. He went down on strikes last time up.
Go shut him down.
First offering on its way. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1. In the dirt here. Good job keeping it close as the count goes to 1-1. Garcia, the runner at first with 2 gone. Runner back safely.
Here we go.
The 1-1. Ground ball sent back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, and he's putting together a monster line in this one. They just can't get him out.
Hey, guys, he doubled up on that breaking ball. The batter obviously timed the first one. Second one, he was not going to let go. Good wood on that one, able to drive it for a base hit.
Into the box now, Jose Abreu, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. And this one's in the dirt. The runners will stay put. However, the count evens at 1. 2-1 the count to the White Sox first baseman. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. 2 down, runners at first and second. Hit hard on the ground to first. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And a great job to stick with it as he's able to make the play for the 3rd out. White Sox strand a couple. They won't add to their 9-6 lead. Alex Colomé enters the game to finish this one off here in the bottom of the 9th.
Number 48, Alex Colomé.
Now back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Stepping forward, Anthony Rizzo. He'll start things out against Alex Colomé. He'll try to close the door in this one.
Hey, it's never easy scoring runs against a closer, but this lineup is setting up perfectly right now as the leadoff hitter leads off this inning.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Chopper foul. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. And he fouls this one off. Hopped up. And that gets down and ought to be good for extra bases. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Man, that swing looked like self-defense than a real quality swing. But hey, he muscled it out there, and it was enough to get him safely to second. Those are the kind of hits that will drive you nuts as a pitcher.
Nicholas Castellanos in the past against Alex Colomé. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. He's set and the pitch. They'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1.
You know, in this situation, you almost have to pitch like there's no one on base. That run really doesn't mean anything with the lead they've got. The hitter is the guy that can turn this game on its head.
Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
The last thing you want to do when you've got a 3-run lead in the 9th is give the other guys any sense of hope. It's a good time to challenge here on 2-0, especially since there's a good chance he's taking until he gets a strike.
Strike taken up in the zone. A runner at second, nobody out. A swing and a ball to left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Go to second, but he's in there. As a run also comes in to score, making it a 2-run ball game. Well, partner, this one might not be over yet as the lead has shrunk to just 2 now as they continue to chip away at this deficit. Plate Javier Baez. He was punched out looking at strike 3 last time through.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system, especially now he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot, has to put the ball in play.
First pitch of the at-bat. In there, and it's 0-1. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
Hey, 2 tough pitches right there and expect more of the same. With that guy standing out on second base, you don't want any RBI scoring right here. With that base open at first, he's going to grind out and try and get this guy to swing at something outside the zone.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. And he strikes out again. And that's the 5th time he's punched out today. This has certainly not been his game.
Boy, there's the perfect pitch right there. The straight changeup. He hadn't used it yet in this at-bat. And what does he do? He uses it, pulls the string, and gets the big strikeout.
Chris Bryant is going to have another crack at it here, and it's been a great offensive performance for him so far. This was back in the 8th, his 2nd home run of the game, as he dearly loved to make it 3 right here. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Loud contact off the bat of Bryant and sent deep to left. A leap, but this is out of reach and off the wall. He's in at second safely as they also push across a score to make it a 1-run game. And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. So digging in now, Kyle Schwarber, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Has a look, now the pitch. Fouled away. Bryant leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2.
Hey, that's a huge pitch for him right there. He's been struggling early. If he's able to get any feel on his secondary stuff, he might be able to hang around a little bit.
And it's fouled away. Trying to get him to chase the cutter there, a ball and 2 strikes.
So the intent of that 0-2 cutter right there isn't necessarily to get a swinging strike. If you get it, well, hey, that's great. But if you get it inside enough and he does make contact, he probably can't do anything with it anyway.
Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now.
No doubt, some saves come easier than others, and I know this all too well. They're really making wrapping this thing up a difficult task.
Tried to get him with the cutter, but it's a full count, 3-2.
Wow, this is a pretty good at-bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2, and he's seen a lot of pitches too.
7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And that misses ball 4. So with one out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning.
And with first base open, the last thing he wanted to do was give him something to hit in the heart of the zone. So no harm done. Force out anywhere now.
Digging in, Wilson Contreras. And we'll see what he can do with the tying run at second, the potential winning run at first with one away. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Good changeup there to start him, but it drops a little low for ball 1. Now the 1-0. Misses ball 2.
He's in danger of walking in the tying run, but if he gives up a base hit, this game's probably going to come to an end.
Tying and winning runs on base here with one big out. Two and one. The 2-1 home is looked at for ball 3.
That was a changeup, so there really wasn't any intent behind it. Looked to me like it just slipped out of his hand a little bit. That'll happen sometimes because of the grip of that straight changeup.
That's in there, and it'll run the count to full, 3-2. Looking for the K. Here's the pitch. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. Tying and winning runs on base here with one big out. Not quick enough that time, and he's lucky to get another chance. Count remains full. Another full count pitch home is in there. A called strike 3.
Now batting,
Albert Almora will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line.
Number 5, Albert Almora.
In there, 0-1. Ready with the 0-1. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. And they will get the force. And a tough way to end it here as this ball game is over.
Yeah, if that relief performance were a car, it would have had some wobbly wheels on it. He gave up a couple of runs, but he still gets the save, getting that shaky car across the finish line after all.
A close one, 9-8 at the end of the game in this one. Chicago led this game from the third inning on and never wavered. Jose Ruiz pitches well enough to get the W. John Lester permitted 6 earned runs to come across in the losing effort. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, Heidi Watney, Matt Vasgersian, we all thank you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. See you next time.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious White Sox, 9 runs on 18 hits. No errors, they left 12 men on base. Time of the ball game, 4 hours and 1 minute. Our paid attendance at Wrigley Field this afternoon, 41,649. As always, we thank you for your support of Chicago Cubs baseball and remind you to please drive home safely.